Okay, I have started recording this. Okay. So today's topic is our identity and access management. Okay. So you will be looking at the security aspect. Okay. What we are trying to do. Okay. So I am is identity and access management. Okay. So we'll see what is that we will be trying to achieve it here. Okay. So in cloud, okay, you need to have a identity. So whether you are a human being or you are a service or a machine, you need to have a specific identity. So that we will call it as principles. Right, principles means access. So how you are going to access? Okay. So once you are assigned to the particular resources, you will have based on the conditions. So the conditions has to be met. After that only you will be allowed to access that. Okay. So first one, you will have a authentication. Authentication is something. What is authentication? Something you know. Okay. So it is basically you are we will be verifying who you are. Okay. So we will verify who you are, then what is making the request. So is it human being making a request, or is it a application making a request? How you are requesting it? Are you using the password or using the MFA or certificates? How you are using it? Okay. So that is how you will be uh, doing a authentication. Okay. So once you have authentication, then there will be authorization. Okay. Authorization is, it will be determined what actions are permitted based on the policies. Okay, what exactly you are allowed to do. So this I have explained you with a theater example. So do you remember that? Do you recall that authorization? Okay, let me recall that example. You just let me know if I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. See, authentication is like you are going into a theater. Okay. Um, so you are going through gate one. So there are 4 or 5 gates. Okay. You are going through one gate. Okay. And you got the ticket. So you got the ticket with the QR code, or you have a physical ticket, so which is printed one, or you will show the QR code with the mobile phone. So there are many ways you are going to authenticate. Once you are authenticated, so they will allow you inside that particular theater or premises. Okay, that is your authentication. So now you are going and sitting on the particular row. Let's say B row, seat number 21. Okay. So you are permitted to only sit and watch there. So you are not allowed to make any obscene activity, or you are not allowed to shout, or you are not allowed to stand on that. You are allowed only just to sit on the chair and watch it. That is what you are authorized here. Okay. So those are all the policies and roles will be defined in the theater. Let's say you have a projector room. So only authorized personals are allowed there. So it will be written only authorized personnel. Okay, nobody should enter. So that is what the authorization is. Okay, it will be based on the policies and your role. What is your role? Okay, so then you have something called least privilege. Least privilege means you are allowed or granted only the minimum access needed to complete your task. Okay, nothing less or nothing more. So that is called least privilege access. Okay, let's say uh, you want to have let's say you want to eat something. Okay, so you want to eat something. Okay, and they have given you only one meal which is sufficient uh, for you. Okay, so you are supposed to share it with the other person. Okay, so you are expecting like that meals will be enough for one or two guys. Okay, so they have given it only which is sufficient only for one person. Okay, that is what it is called as least privilege. It will be given only that minimum access. Let's say you have 10 folders. Okay, so you are given access only to write in one folder. So if you see it, you will be always using the sudo command. Why you are using sudo command? You tell me why you are using sudo command.
Elevating privileges, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, so you have given only to do your activities in your home directory. Okay, so if you want to do something apart from that directory, you will elevate your privileges. Okay, that is what you are going to do. Okay, so least privilege is only that permission you will be given. Okay, so you will not have a admin access. So just like you are doing it on your virtual machines, right? On the instance, you will be restricted to that particular role. So you cannot able to access the files, all that stuff you don't have access. Okay, so it will be completely restricted. That is your least privilege. This is required to do your job. That's it. So this will be audited. Okay, if you are giving if you are having high access, that access will be revoked. So these are the least privilege rule. Okay, so you will have a project here. Okay, for Linux you will have these privilege. Okay, least privilege you need to implement it. Okay, in the Linux image. Okay. So then you have audit and logging. Okay, so you all the activities are being performed in cloud. Okay, now you will be auditing and logging it. All the records whatever you are accessing, you are reading, writing, everything, it will be audited and it will be logging. So we will see where these logs will be present in our Fedora VM. Okay, so how it will be accessing it. Okay, whatever you do it, whether it is success or denied, it will be logged. Okay, so then you will have governance. Okay, you will be enforcing these policies. Okay, who will manage it, who will access it, all that you will be restricting with governance. Okay, so 2 1 2 and 3, it will be completely for the access part. So this will be given by the uh, identity and access management. This we will do it with Grafana. Okay, Prometheus and Grafana, we will be looking at this. Okay, this is governance. It will be from the management also, and the project management side, the governance part. Okay, so this will be non-technical. Okay, so you will have technicality here, but it will be governed by the project managers. Okay, who wants to do, who required access, why they are having lot of access, all that will be governed at this level. Okay, then you have, this is your overview. Now you will have a list of users. Okay, in cloud. Okay, you either have, you will have identity, whether you are part of a user group or you are part of a role. Okay, so let's say you have been created a user here. Okay, I will open up, see what is the difference between a user role and the root user and IAM user. Okay, you open up your guide here, our document. Let me. Okay, so the difference between root account and admin user is, root account is your unrestricted account. Okay, like god level access. You will have everything access to that account. Okay, so it is the prime owner. Admin user is, you are creating a IAM user for admin. Okay, you are delegating the permission. Okay, so it is a subset. Let's say I have a root account. I will create one IAM user and I will share my credentials to you so that you log in. Okay, so let's say something I want to have complete access. I want to manage everything. Then I will have a root account access, just like your root account in your Linux. Okay, so these are all the normal users. So even though you have admin level access, but it will be restricted. Okay, so it will be attached to this policy. So we will see the policy also. What are those policies? We will see it in our next classes. Okay, it should be, we will see what is API calls, all that we will see it. Okay, so it will be it should only be accessed for specific task that require root only. Okay, so just like changing the complete account settings, or closing the account, or setting up the initial billing. Okay, which are very at high level. Okay, admin cannot do that. That is why you will have a root account and admin user. Okay, then you have users and groups here. So these are all your human identities. Okay, so this will represent a person or application. So it will be, you can make it as a application also. Yeah, I am recording this whole session from starting. I am recording this. Okay.
Yeah, sir. Actually, I'm in temple right now, so I'll leave the call right now. So could you please record during the
Yeah,
class, sir?
yeah. I am recording it. Okay, you can drop off. Okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay. So these are your human identities. Okay. So you will have a robot identity also, bot identity also. You will give it. Okay. So you will give a separate identity for accessing that particular bots. Okay, that also you will define it. Okay, then you will have roles here. Okay, so roles is like what is exactly your role here. Okay, so they will not have standard long term credentials. Just like users, you will these roles will not have a standard or long term credentials like password or keys. Okay, they are assumed by anyone or anything. Okay, it will be like a temporary role. Okay, we will see that what is that role that we will be giving it. Okay, so you will have here. Okay, then you have policies, then you have RBAC and ABAC. Okay, then MFA. We will see. I will come back to the presentation again. Okay, so now you have here roles. Okay, you have groups, users here. So users will be your long term identities. Okay, which will represent a person or application. Okay, each user will have a permanent credentials, whether you have a password or you can have a access keys. Okay, so it will always be best practice to restrict the root user. So whenever you try to access with root, Amazon will block it. Okay, so that is the best practice of hardening. Okay, so you will be restricted, root user will be restricted to log in remotely. Okay, so you will create individual IAM users for each and every user. So you will not share the credential among the other users. Okay, then you will have a groups here. So now you have admin group, sales group, marketing group, and then you have developers group, then you have support operators. All that you will be giving that particular group's access. So that this will be done at the group level. Let's say you have 1,000 employees. So the auditor said, okay, this user should not have right access to that particular folder. Okay, so then they will change the policy here. Once you change the policy, all the 1,000 users will be impacted here immediately. So that is how you will be attaching the policies to a particular group. Okay, then you will have roles. Okay, roles will be assumed identities. Okay, you will have a temporary credentials for that particular role. Okay, so these are used by EC2 and Lambda. Okay, EC2 we have seen it. What is EC2? It will be like your instance. Lambda also we will see. These are the compute services that we will be working. Okay, so then your cross account access. Let's say you have person A or organization A, or let's say department A. So you have department A, sales. So you have department B, that is marketing, or you have department C, that is a developer group. Okay, so you will have a cross account access. They will have their own accounts. So if you want to access it, then you will use that particular cross account. Okay, so where you can access that particular user. Okay, let's say I want to access Santosh resources. Okay, then he will create a access. Okay, that we will be using like a cross account access. Then we have something called federated users. Federated users means those who are not present in cloud. Okay, you have not created inside your identity. They are coming from outside. They are, let's say they are coming from Ascent. Okay, for those type of users you will create a identity, that we will call that as a federated users, which are coming from the outside. Okay, so then you have something called as providers, SAML. These are all the authentication and other providers. Okay, we will see one by one how we are going to do it. Okay, so here you will have API calls. Okay, so you note it down. We will discuss on what is this API in in the subsequent classes. Okay. So then just a overlook of a policy, how that policy will look like. Okay. This is how your policy will look like. Okay. So you have a statement here, then it will be your how you are going to manage it. Okay. So you will have a policy here. Okay. So you will make a policy. Okay. These are pre-built by AWS. You don't have to do it. Okay. These are automatically maintained. Okay. And it is easy to use. So you don't have to customize it. Let's say it is like a physical your t-shirt sizes, not the instance t-shirt size. I am just giving you an example. So every size you don't have to stitch it. They have made it all broad permissions. You can give that in this manner. Okay. So we will see that what are these managed policies, AWS managed policies. Okay, which are automatically and maintained in by the AWS. Let's say in Linux you have 7.7, 5.2.2, 6.4.4. All you have that type of access, right? Here it will be complex, like you have more than 1000 pre-built AWS permissions. Okay, you will be giving that particular access. Okay, so then apart from that, you will have customer managed policy. Okay, so which will be created and managed by you, means you can create or managed by you. Okay, which will be version controlled. Version controlled means today I have given one access. Okay, that will be 0.1. Tomorrow I will change something and I will put it as 0.2, just like my document. You can see it, today's version is 0.5. Okay, so I am making it as a version controlled. Okay, so that you will be doing it. Okay, so you will be maintaining it with the version controlled manner. Okay, then you will use it across multiple identities. Okay, you will reuse that particular policies with multiple identities. Okay, then you have inline policy. Okay, which is directly embedded into a single identity. Okay, let's say you create one VM or a identity. Okay, so which is bound only to that particular VM or particular identity. Let's say you want to have a guest user or guest access, so which will be very hard to audit or reuse. Okay, so that is what inline policies will be, which will be directly inside that particular identity. So this also we will see that. Okay, so first after this class we will see the S3 object, how you will create the S3 bucket, all that. So after that you will be able to capture all whatever we are trying to understand it here. Okay, then you have something called resource based policies. So resources, so we know resource means it is EC2 or any storage, but we will see once you can attach it to any S3 bucket. S3 bucket is nothing but you are storing something on the on a S3 bucket. Okay, so we will see that how it will be adding it. Okay, so you will be giving it cross control access. Okay, so you will explicitly specify that principle, who can access it, where they should access, all that you will specify. These are all the respective with the policies. Okay, so now we'll go back to the content here. Okay, what is the content here with respect to policies? Okay, so these are the JSON document. okay, that will be actual permission. Okay, so you will know whether to evaluate or whether to allow or deny. Okay, so in this policy you will give that permission whether they should be giving access or revoking access. Okay, so you will include that version and statement. What is the statement? Effect, action, resource are optionally condition. So you will be giving that particular effect. Let's say you want to have a, let's say we will go to type of policy. Okay, so what is that type of policy? Is it identity based? Okay, so who is the identity? Okay, or is it applicable to user, groups, or particular role? Okay, or is it based on the resource? Okay, so now I will pass this. Okay, Neelanchal or Santosh, you let me pass this.
Can I share my screen, sir?
One minute. He is asking about the S3. Okay. So this is your, okay, this is your VM. Okay. Like that, this is your VM. Okay. So you have attached a disk here. Okay, volume. Okay. So I am attaching here volumes here. Okay, which are directly accessible here. Okay, which is an exclusive access, right? You understand this? We have already done it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I will go back to here. Okay. So now I am doing a file share now. Okay. This is my file share. So now you also got it, right? This one file share. So
Yes.
if I want to access this, I will mount it here. Okay. So if I want to access this file share, I will mount it here. Okay. Or vice versa. Anywhere you can access. Right? So you got it now? The file share?
Yes.
Okay. Now, okay, this file share, okay, are linked to volumes. So it can be here, or it can be here, or it can be attached to anywhere. Okay. Right? So file share is with respect to that particular disk or remote disk also you can map it. Right? You can mount with using NFS, right? Okay, let me put it here. NFS. Okay, let me write it here. This is your NFS. This is your directly you are mounting it. Okay, physical access. Right? So now you are what you are doing it at this level. Okay. Let me. Okay, I will put it one line here. Okay. So I will have I will create one layer. Okay. On top of all these file shares. Okay. Okay. On all these mount points or file shares, I will create one big amount of storage. Okay. This is my S3. Okay. Okay. Where you will dump this data here. So basically this will be called as blob storage. So now you got it what the S3 bucket will be. Like it will be on the multiple clustered file storage here, file system, where you will be dumping all the data. Okay, this is just like a storage, like a file share okay, which will be on the multiple servers. So you can just dump your data, all your data. You can put PDF file, you can put your database, or you can put your video, audio, anything you can put. Your unstructured data, you can dump it here. That is where you will use your S3 bucket. Got it?
Okay, okay, sir. This is another storage
Uh,
put down.
uh, this is, let's say, this one, if you are doing it here, I will call this as EBS, okay. If you are doing at network level, this is EFS. If you are doing this at, then it is S3, okay. So you are just increasing the level, okay. You are increasing the layers so that it is redundant, okay. So that is how your storage will be. Yeah, you share it, Neelanchal.